Well, yeah, Brennan here, and today I saw the reboot film for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And so I thought I would give you guys my review on it, because I sent a review for How to Train Your Dragon 2, I will give a review on this film. So, yeah, I'm going to give you guys my review on it and my thoughts, and yeah, let's begin, shall we? And there will contain spoilers in this review, so if you don't want spoilers and you haven't seen the movie yet, so just click away, watch another review or something else, like maybe a top 10, a bad blog or something, I don't really know. But if you have seen the film, hello, and or something like that, then just stay here. If you have seen the film and people who have seen the film and who are still here, hello, let's begin the review. Alright, so the film starts off with, it's almost like a comic book kind of way they're making it start off, because it makes it like the Ninja Turtles started off as a comic book when they first appeared. So yeah, it does look a bit like a comic book and stuff, and yeah, because parts of the opening, it's basically explores things of how his sons, of course we all know them, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael will be the city protectors from the Foot Clan and Shredder. But yeah, parts of it, there are parts in it that's not looking like a comic book, but some parts in it do look like a comic book. So yeah. Anyways, we then enter seeing April O'Neil, played by Megan Fox, who's trying to get a report on a Foot Clan activity happening, because the Foot Clan in this are not like a ninja, just sort of work for a Shredder who's a ninja, but it's like a different kind of organization, like a crime organization they are. And she's trying to get a lead on it, but then her camera guy, Vern, played by Will Arnett, tells her they go live in a couple minutes, so they soon leave the dockyard where they were at, and they go to I think it's downtown Times Square. They start to go live. They're recording. Then sometime after they're done, April leaves, go back to the docks to get her story and stuff. And she finds the Foot Clan are grabbing stuff. I think it was parts and stuff. I'm not sure where, but she then saw them getting their butts kicked, and a man just moving quickly through the shadows and kicking their butts, moving crates, throwing them out into walls and stuff like that. So yeah, and then according to the Ninja Turtle, we briefly see one of them on top of the roof, and I feel like sneezing right now. She finds a symbol that was left by the person, and she thinks it's a lead because of her being that guy Carrie being a vigilante and stuff like that. So she goes back to her roommate Taylor and tells her about that, and confused about what all happened, and she then says never mind and stuff. Then afterwards she goes to her boss's, not her boss, where she works, Channel 6 News, and tells her boss about what happened with the Foot Clan stuff, and she didn't believe them, and they say, when she tells about the story, one guy said he basically just found Superman and stuff. And involving Superman also, how they actually do make a lot of pop culture references and parts of it, so yeah. Anyways, after that point, they go live, and people go live and start talking about this and stuff, and yeah. Sorry, I have a nasty cough right now. Anyways, so yeah. Anyways, back to the review. I think this is what comes after next. Yeah, this is we see the Shredder's tied up, and he's not actually tied up, but he's tied up for a exercise they're doing for their job, where he's tied up, and he takes on his one of his ninjas, henchmen or soldiers, whatever you want to call them, and he takes him out without his hand LDUs, and he talks to his daughter Karai, who's in this film. Not the first time we've seen Karai in a film. She was in the 2007 animated film, but the first time we've actually seen her in live action, I believe. Because I don't recall, I've only seen I saw the original film, half of the second film, and never saw the third one. So I don't really know if she was in any of those other films, but yeah. Anyway, so then they decide to make a new plan to get the vigilantes out and stuff like that. So afterwards, what happened after that? I kind of forget right now, because it was a couple hours ago. I think it was somewhere, we went to the theaters at I went to the theaters at 3 o'clock, and I'm recording to 10:12, and this is probably gonna be uploaded later than that. But yeah. But yeah, so yeah. Well, I believe this is what happens after next. Vern and April are driving in Channel 4, not Channel 4, Channel 6 truck, Channel 6 News truck, and then they go, and they discover that people are running away from the subway. Then April goes to investigate, and she gets captured by a Foot Clan. Wow. Who didn't see that coming? She gets captured. And of course we see monitors, and people are watching the monitors, and of course we're talking about stuff and weird stuff, and like we can hear, and of course we know it's the Ninja Turtles, and Mikey's watching a weird video about a cat, like playing the piano, like I think they're, what were they, sticks or cinnamon sticks? Like churros? I don't know, I forgot what he was watching a video of a cat play, this, piano, like, I'm not sure what's, but I forget. But yeah, afterwards, they take everyone hostage, and they tell us to the vigilantes, because they know they're there, and say if they don't surrender to them, they will kill hostages. And April's about to record everything, but then she gets caught. But then of course the vigilantes come in and save them, and she doesn't have to catch them on camera. They of course leave, and yeah. So once they do leave, afterwards April then follows them and stuff like that. And they go to the top of the roof and takes a picture of them and finds them just talking about their victory and stuff. And of course comes in Mr. Raphael doing his Batman voice, they say. And there's another pop culture reference right there. Afterwards, Leo tells Raph to back off, who is about to almost threatening her to give him the phone so they can get rid of the picture. Leo then comes in and asks her, please give them the phone, like that's gonna help anything else. And Mikey comes in, and now one scene in the film where he goes like, it's not a mask, and he takes off his mask and says, right, and stuff like that, and then she drops dead. Not dead, fainted. And of course now they're all like looking over her and seeing if she's okay and fine. And of course we see all the turtles like fully sort of, and like we can tell like they have like a lot of like teen like no, I'll get to that part. Will it's my computer screen that's like lighting me up a bit. So I had to keep like making it not go black. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Like I'll get to that one part I'm about to say in a second. But yeah, so they tell them that they're like mutants and also they're ninjas. I mean, they're ninjas, they're turtles, they're mutants, and they're teenagers. So she kind of misinterpreting their name, and so she calls them ninja turtle mutant teenagers. Which I was about to say that's basically their name backwards, but it's actually not. Anyway, so afterwards, they erase the picture on her phone, and they tell her not to do that again, or they will find her. And so they leave. And of course, also Mikey apparently has like a little crush on her apparently, which kind of odd and weird. Not only because in the new Ninja Turtle CGI show, Donatello has a crush on her, but now it's Mikey who has a crush on her in this film. It's kind of weird in ways. So she's taking another picture of them as they're leaving, and she tried convincing them the press. Actually, no, wait, no, because no, not that part of them. She heard their name being called at some points. Like she hears something called like Raphael or Leonardo. So she looks them up in her dad's old files, because apparently I was revealed in a scene a couple minutes ago. That's the scene I was forgetting out. Where a guy named Eric Sack, who's a guy who's helping out the mayor fix the city of crime. He helped O'Neill April's father's projects and stuff, and he's a good friend to her. And yeah, sorry, I felt like something in my eye. But yeah, so afterwards, she learned that apparently in the lab that she used to go to where him and her father worked, there were like these 4 turtles and a rat, and she named the rat Splinter, and the turtles, of course, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, and Donatello, stuff like that. So we then noticed on the turtles going back, and she didn't realize that those turtles were actually the ones that were her pets a couple years ago, and her roommate Taylor was actually watching her, and then she's calling her mom and goes like, "Hey mom, I want to move back home," and stuff like that. So afterwards we see the turtles are back in their sewers and stuff, and apparently they're trying to be quiet, cause trying to not let him hear them, so apparently Splinter doesn't know they're out, which kind of odd, because Splinter doesn't know they leave the sewers. So they get caught, and I gotta say, Splinter is really, this is a really weird thing they gave him, because apparently Splinter now has his tail. He's able to move at will, and he can use like a weapon. He hit them with his own tail, to punish them for being out. You know, he told them not to go out, and so that's kind of weird that he was using his tail as a weapon, which I really don't like. So yeah, they'll get sent to this room that they do stuff, and it's revealed in later scene what they do in that room. And afterwards, April goes back to her boss to tell him her about the turtle and the vigilantes and stuff, but she doesn't believe her, and she gets fired. So yeah. Then of course the Vern comes in and they all drive off. She makes him take her to Zack's mansion, and yeah. Afterward we see Splinter and the others like in this room, apparently like a challenge room where they have like do certain things. Like Leo has to hold 2 spoons with eggs on them and an egg on his head. Raph has to stand on a little baby bicycle while knitting at the same time while moving. Mikey has to like stay still on, has to do a handstand on top of a rocking chair. And Donnie, what did Donnie do? I think it involved a seesaw. I think it was a seesaw. I think it was a seesaw. I don't remember what he had to do and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure. No, wait, what was it? I don't think it was a seesaw. I think he had to stand on a cardboard or wood that was on top of a can, and he had to just try and keep his balance with his pole and stuff. So yeah. Afterwards, Splinter cracks Mikey with like Pizza Hut pizza, and makes him tell them where they are. And the way they try to make him cry, like holding the pizza and doing this to Mikey, like holding like this, something like that. Like a way that you would hold pizza, he's like doing this, moving it back and forth around to him, and just saying all the ingredients that were on him. It's kind of like creative, like almost like what's it like? I don't know what the word would be, but it's kind of like messed up. So he does tell them they were outside, and Carol and April and Neil held talk, like they took a picture and stuff, but they erased it. But now Splinter tells them to go find April because she's in danger apparently. Afterwards, we see April gets to Eric Sack's mansion, and he tells her about the turtles and stuff. No, that's too common. I'll get to that one when we get to the Splinters again. So afterwards, she's like looking up on. He tells her you can trust her and gives her a card that call like a calling card, so we can know when to call him in case she needs something. Yeah. Afterwards, when she's looking up stuff on her computer, the Donnie hacks it and tells her to meet them at a certain location. She goes there, and the turtles put a bag over her head and take her to their lair. And she asks where they are. When she still has the bag over her head, she asks where she is, and they say, and it's like random. So they say like they're in the X Mansion. They're in like the Fortress of Solitude. I think one of them said the Batcave. I don't know. Probably they did. But then she says that we're in the sewer break so that she can smell. So and there's a lot of pop culture references there. Afterwards, Splinter is there and says it's nice to see you again, April and stuff, and she already knows his name. And she says Splinter, and they go, how does she know his name? And Mikey goes, maybe she's a Jedi. Another pop culture reference there, like a lot of pop culture references and stuff like that. So anyways, afterwards, Splinter explains to her how they are alive and stuff like that. I mean, how they're like this and stuff. Apparently, like I said, they were like pets of April, but they actually lived inside the lab that Eric Sack and April's father worked in. And one day, at some point, he smelled a fire, and apparently, what April's father learned that Sack was up to know what was the research was doing for other stuff. So his father burned the lab down and stuff, and like destroyed everything and took his own life of it. But April then came in and saved everyone, and like not her father, but the turtles and the rats, and she then took them down to the sewer. And afterwards, he talked about how the mutagen that Eric Sack and her father put inside them. I don't know what her father's name was. I don't think they ever touched on that. They put all the mutagen that was put inside them. They start to grow, mutate, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically how their origin is sort of like. Well, actually, I'm not done yet. So yeah, also he kept them underground, and they were always distracted by like music, and they always kept watching music and stuff. And apparently, we learned in the flashback. Apparently, Donnie used to wear glasses as a kid, but also wore glasses also when he wasn't a kid. And apparently, they also had like a lot of teenage attributes that I saw they had. Like Donnie has like glasses actually when he's even like a teen, and Raph has he has like a band his mask is like a bandana almost, and also has like sunglasses attached to the top of his head. he's always wearing these sunglasses that are like, sort of like mine. Actually, not like. So his sunglasses are basically he has them on his mask like that, basically. So that's what I'm trying to explain. Ah, jeez. So that's what I'm trying to explain in a way. But yeah, afterwards he also says he wanted to protect them and train them in a way that would help them, and he finds an old ninja arts book, and so yeah, he trains himself in the arts of ninja. I mean, something like that, and then he teaches them and gives them their weapons and masks and stuff like that. And yeah, so apparently that's their new origin. So there's been origins where Orokusaki was turned into Splinter and was like betrayed by the Foot Clan and was went into the sewer. And Mugen touched turtles came into the sewer, rats came in the sewer, all to him, and Mugen touched him, and they turned the turtles into like almost human-like and turned him into a rat. And there's also one origin story where like the Splinter was always a rat and learned karate from his master, Orokusaki, and stuff like that. No, not what am I saying? Orokusaki's Shredder, Hamato Yoshi. And that's what Splinter's name was in some versions. Afterwards, like Splinter's Hamato Yoshi's pet rat left at some point after a fire and went to the sword with some turtles, and Mugen touched them and stuff like that. And yeah, so those were some versions of their origin. This origin is a bit weirder and different. I think there's points they're trying to. They do have something that are similar. Of course, the Mugen is still there that create them and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's still kind of weird origin and stuff. Afterwards, after she tells them about their origin, he tells them that Eric Sack works for the Shredder, which we already learned in a scene of him telling the Shredder that the turtles are still alive. So afterwards, the card that he gave April was actually a tracking device. God, it's actually a tracking device, and they track down to their base, and yeah, they blow destroy everything. The Shredder almost kills Splinter. Raphael is buried in rubble, and they capture Donnie, Leo, and Mike. And yeah. Also, I gotta mention this other stuff about them. Leo, I'm not sure what his teenager attribute is, but Mikey, I think his attribute is he wears like necklaces, like many teenagers do sometimes, and also has glasses around his necklace too. And he's also really obsessive with April now. So yeah, and there's other things that give him another teenage attribute in it. And so yeah. Anyway, so afterwards, like I said, they took them captured. Splinter hurt, and Raphael does come out of the rubble, patches up Splinter as best as he can. Then goes saves his brothers and stuff like that. So yeah. Afterwards, when he does go, and they quite listen to the Vern, who apparently we learned actually likes April, and I felt like when she told her to meet with him, it was actually some kind of like them trying to hang out and stuff, but apparently not. So also they go to Eric Sack's mansion, and they have an epic fight with them, everyone, and short story short, the Eric Sack explains to the turtle about a toxin that can kill people that his company made, but he's trying to make a cure for it now. But actually, that's not the case now. Short story short, the Raph comes in, defeats Karai. He also defeats he gets his ass hit by the Shredder. April and Vern and free the others, and because she puts their Mugen back into them because they need the Mugen. Because they are trying to take the Mugen out of their bloodstream for their master plan, but she puts them back into it, and she puts a bit too much of it into them, and now they're really hyper and crazy, and it's sort of almost a mixture of steroids and what happens when you drink a lot of coffee in a way, because they're really jittery, and they get wrapped, and they're going I'll clean the dojo, the fight Shredder and stuff, the crazy talking and stuff. So yeah. It's like when you're on a lot of coffee and stuff. Afterwards, they do have an epic fights with some foot soldiers. They have an epic, they're driving in a truck, but they are falling down, stuff like this. And of course, Mikey gets another teenage attribute we get revealed. Has a skateboard. Of course, he always has a skateboard, but he's always carrying it. Many teenagers carrying always carrying their skateboards around and stuff. So that's what he kind of does. So yeah. An epic fight going on there and stuff like that. of course, there's a funny scene when, like, after when Leo, Vern, and April go off the edge after the truck, and Mikey's sitting in the snow going like, "Oh no, Leo, April, and the other guy," and then Donnie passes and going like, "They survived," and there's like, "Oh." So yeah, afterwards they all get back to New York to stop Shredder because, like, at the top of Eric Sack's tower, I believe that's what his tower is. He plants I think it's the red gas is that thing that kills people. That's what Shredder's about to do. And Shredder also is like in a giant mechanized suit. It's sort of like something you saw in Silver Samurai in the Wolverine film. So yeah, sort of something like that, and it's quite deadly. He can shoot fruit like knives out of it and like attract them back to him. So sort of like magnetic ability and stuff like that. The Turtles have an epic fight with him on top of the rooftop, which is sort of like the same within the last film. They had a climax on top of the rooftop, whereas I'm fighting the Shredder on top of a rooftop, and it's sort of similar like this, but it's in the daytime. It's like a really high building, and Vern and April will go after Eric Sack to get the Mugen that will save Splinter. That'll save Splinter also. So they do manage to get it, and Vern gets shot, doesn't die. Hey, he's one of the main characters, and yeah. So afterwards, they play. They defeat Shredder by doing this game they used to play as kids, where where's a game where they as they play as kids when like one person would hit a can, then they would like lay on the ground while one person steps on them and hits another can, and they do that same thing over and over again. So that's what they're kind of doing here. So one person attacks first and lays on the ground, and one person steps on him and fights Shredder again and does the same thing over and over again. And Raphael delivers a final kick and says the famous Ninja Turtle line. Was it Cowabunga? Yeah, I think. No, Booyaka Shot, that's what it was. And not Cowabunga. Oh yeah, also, at one point in the film when Vern's talking with April, he does make a reference to the old actual Ninja Turtle theme song, saying like, "Heroes in a half shell," like that line in the theme song where it's like, "Heroes in a half shell, turtle power." Like, he makes a reference to that briefly. So Donnie is able to deactivate the bomb and stuff, and the Turtles defeat Shredder. They kick, but no, like afterwards when the giant tower that the bomb was on starts crashing down, and everyone's there, like April, the Turtles are on it, and Shredder and stuff. But of course they are able to kick Shredder off, and he crashes into the city and stuff like that. Afterwards, as the tower starts falling, they're saying stuff like how stuff that did, and they want to confess before they die and stuff like that. So like Donnie says he's the one who licks the frosting off. I think it's I'm not sure what. He licks the frosting off of something and then puts them back in the box every day. I forget what Mikey did. And then also, and Raph says the reason he picked on him a lot because he didn't think he was good enough. Good. He was like not good warrior and stuff like that. And then something like that. It's like an emotional moment there. And then after they actually live, he was like, and like I dust in my eye and stuff like that. And they managed. I think they captured Shredder. They never showed it. They never showed him going to prison. They go back into the store quickly, save Splinter's life, and stuff like that. And afterwards, we see April going back to Vern, talking with him, and how he got a new car from the Channel 6 News. I mean, Channel 9 News. Is it Channel 9? Channel 9 News. That's what it is. Because he destroyed the van. And afterwards, the Turtles come in with his old van that they turned into his Shell Razor, that famous van that they drive. They show off their stuff and accidentally blow up his car. The cops come in, Mikey starts singing a song for April and kind of crazy and stuff like that. And credits roll. But it's actually a brief after credits scene. Not like it's like during the credits still, because like it's a brief scene, not really an after credits scene, not leading to anything. But it's a scene. It's during daytime, and the Raphael and Mikey are just hopping through the city, building, and they see a person about to look at them, so they land. So they stop. They just stay in they land on a Victoria's Secret poster. Billboard, and like they land on it, and what's creepy about it is like, cause like they land where they're hanging from it, but not only hanging, like they're grabbing onto the wall of it, like Spider-Man would, like he's hanging onto the wall of that. But what's creepy is that where they're grabbing onto the wall is on the woman's what, and Mikey looks over at Raph going smiling and Raph is going like. And so yeah, like kind of like Mikey being a bit of a creep in that scene. So yeah, but that's the film, guys. Like 24 minutes. That took. Wow, I thought that would take a bit shorter because But yeah, so it's a good film. It's actually, I really thought it would be a terrible. Everyone thought it would be a terrible film because Michael Bay's directing it, but he did do a good job of all four Transformer films so far. So he actually did good on this. There are minor things that really about three things I don't like. Actually, like not like three things. No, two things. Yeah. So of course, actually, yeah, three things actually. What am I saying? I don't like their new origin story. I don't like Splinter's having that tail thing. I'm okay with this turtle being CGI because you can't do like guys in turtle suits anymore in the films because that'd look weird. So I'm still not into like they're like them having noses and like being a bit extra like an extra size and stuff. But yeah, that's really my only thing I don't like about the film. But yeah, there's a sequel coming out in 2016, and yeah, I can't wait for that and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. So stay tuned for my next review on a film, which is my review will be on a Disney film called which is based on a Marvel comic called Big Hero 6. So stay tuned for that review. Coming up, I think the film comes out in fall, so somewhere around that time you'll see that review. So let me read that. So yeah, you will expect the Big Hero 6 review of that film coming in fall, so I can't wait to watch that movie and review it for you guys. So see you guys then. Bye.